This contest set for one fall is for the WWE Championship.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Welcome to Around the Turnbuckle. It's showtime, Mr. Keith. It's showtime, Mr. Cage. It is show day in Quakertown tonight as 3WA presents live professional wrestling tonight in Quakertown at the Q-Mart. And a stocked card, Keith. And Mr. Cage, your thoughts. It is show day. Usually at this time of day, you're a much more calmer JT Cage.
Well, I'm not, because right away, this show done pissed me off. All right, you had that fancy new intro going, you know, showing The Undertaker and Randy Orton and all that. Sure. I didn't see me. Where was I at during that, you know, during all that intro? And this is what really got me. This almost made my head explode. Then it shows hosted by Professor Keith, the Big Albowski, your cute little black and white pictures side by side. Where's my black and white picture? I'm the co-host of this pre-show. So allow me to introduce myself. Hi, I'm the root of it all, JT Cage, and I don't like any of you.
Well, the feeling's mutual, but we're glad to have you. So anyway, as this card will unfold, there's been a lot of, back and forth between you and Hat Guy and Brickhouse over your tag team match tonight. You care to...
An interesting 24 hours.
It's been an interesting 24 hours. If anybody's been seeing this stuff on Facebook, an interesting back and forth between you and Hat Guy. I remember you guys were in a car basically addressing Brickhouse, and then his response, which has since been disappeared off the planet. What's up there, Mr. Amy? How are you?
Hello, sir.
Well, here's my thoughts on that. All right. Hat Guy and I were having lunch, you know, at Hooters, you know, someplace better than Brickhouse looking at his mom's raisins. So we were at Hooters, we're leaving. I get notified that this idiot does a promo or has some words to say to me. So I'm like, you know what, let me get on the interwebs and look at this promo. And then he's sitting there calling me out, talking about basically saying I don't have the balls to put my title on the line in a tag match. Right. And a non-hardcore tag match for my hardcore championship.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? But hey, whatever. I'm confident in me and Malcolm King's ability. We'll beat the bricks off of Roadblock and Slayer. But one condition, make it hardcore then. You know what I'm saying? Make it a hardcore tag match. You want me to put my title on the line, it should be a hardcore match.
It should.
That made, you know? So I respond. We responded, you know? And my whole thing is, it's not up to me. It's not up to Brickhouse, you know? It's up to the powers that be of 3WA, President Dino Santa and the Vice President, whoever else, you know? So, I mean, he can make all the challenges he wants. I can accept all the challenges I want. But either way, it's not, overall, it's not up to us. So if Dino was smart and he don't want me to end careers tonight, he would just watch that whole thing out. Just let me beat the hell out of him like I was going to do anyway. Move on.
There's my baby daddy. Pay me. Need that championship belt money.
So it's your kid's never going to have the genes of being a 3WA hardcore champion like myself. Your kid's never going to have the genes of being a 2022 chili cook-off champion like me too.
Hi, Michelle.
Because that's not my baby. That is not my child.
Anyway.
Kid ain't mine.
Anyway, so I don't know what management's going to do. I don't know what Dino's going to do as far as your tag match is concerned. I do know this. The tag match is on. We know that. Whether or not there'll be stipulations added, we're gonna find out like everybody else. Here's Miss Dina saying, "Hey, Cage, my KC needs a water dish."
That's her dog.
I kind of
That's her mutt.
Rickhouse has checked in with blah blah blah.
Oh, blah blah. You get out of here, making challenges.
And I do have to give you credit, JT, for taking that challenge and for saying, A, I'll do it, and B, I'll up the ante even more and let's make it a hardcore match. I mean, you're really kind of putting yourself in a position. You're really putting yourself in a position there that doesn't quite favor you. I mean, if you get pinned by either Roadblock or Slayer in this match, you lose the title.
You would if it was the stick.
If it was, but I have a feeling, knowing Dino Santa, knowing that his attitude tends to be, I want to see a good fight, I want to see good wrestling, I want to see high stakes and
but you know what?
I have a feeling that
Brickhouse makes that challenge and he doesn't put anything up.
Yeah.
He doesn't put he says let's up the stakes. Well, the only guy up in the stakes is the hardcore champion. You think he put anything up?
But Hat, and that was a little surprising to me because I thought Hat and JT would ask for something in return.
It was all why we didn't have time to really discuss it. It just pissed us off that much. All I did was turn my phone camera on and just started talking. We didn't have time to even discuss it or anything like that. You know what I mean? But my whole thing is if I'm going to put something on the line, he should too. That's
where the hell is Hat Guy? What's up,
He's handling business. He's handling business. Go to a strategy with your future 3WA World Champion, top shelf Tyler Sims.
Ooh.
That's right.
That's going to be interesting.
That is going to be an interesting match on the card tonight. We're going to have a lot to say about that a little later.
All right, gentlemen. So let's break down the card. All right. Enough of the brick house stuff. We're gonna.
As we know, that's kind of to be determined. I wouldn't be surprised if Hat Guy is on the phone with Dino after he gets done going over strategy with Tyler to try to finalize that.
So, we're going to talk more about Roadblock and Slayer versus the original family, but we're going to start in the beginning of this thing with Merrick Miami versus Nico Gray. Interesting concept because Merrick Miami is kind of irritated that he's already beaten Nico Gray twice. And then when we had Dino Santa on last week, he basically said, well, third time's a charm, maybe, as far as Nico Gray goes. I mean, how do you see this playing out there, Mr. Cage?
Well, I mean, I seen both of them have a video where Merrick Miami is crying, saying he shouldn't have to fight Nico Gray for the third time and whatnot. I see Nico Gray was beating someone up in an alley, calling out Miami, and my thing is, like, third time could be the charm. Nico Gray, he's a tough fighter out there. He's called me out a few times and everything like that. Nothing ever came of it because he's lucky. But I seen the fire in his eyes, and Miami, maybe he needs to get off his high horse and realize there's people gunning for him.
Well, the thing about it is a victory. Like, Nico's got nothing to lose here.
No, not at all.
Because if he loses, he's right where he's at. I mean, he can always make more challenges with other people, but Merrick Miami's got everything to lose. If Nico beats him, I mean, he gets to the back of the line, and Nico gets a step up because he just beat the former longtime 3WA Extreme Champion.
Yeah, exactly. And if Nico beats him, he beats the man that beat Matt Cardona. So, I mean, Nico could be in line for a title shot for himself for the Extreme title. And Miami will have to start all over.
Professor, what do you think of this match before we go on to the next one?
I have to agree. I mean, I talk to Nico every so often before or after shows, and the fire in Nico Gray. He knows that he's trying to get some momentum going. He knows that he's had some successes. He's had some failures. He's looking to get on a hot streak right now, and he knows what an opportunity against Merrick Miami is. Like it or not, like the way it went down or not, Merrick Miami has a win in the record books over the current NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He has them. What a shot in the arm for Nico Gray it would be to take Merrick Miami down. And Cage brings up, Nico called him out, nothing ever came of it. But, I don't think Nico Gray is forgotten. his quest for the 3WA hardcore title. I think what he wants is that title, whether JT Cage has it, whether anyone else has it, he doesn't care. His goal is to be the champion. Tonight very well could be the first step on that journey for Nico Gray.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen him.
And Impact Digital Champion.
And Impact Digital Champion, yes.
Yes. But I've never seen Nico as fired up as I ever seen him was like in that video, beating that poor chump up in the alley, which is kind of cool. I wish I could have got some kicks in. But but I've never seen him that fired up before. I mean,
yeah, he seems a little bit more of a determined Nico Gray, and it's going to be an interesting fight.
And let's remember, one of those victories Miami has over Nico is in a triple threat. A triple threat is a little bit different concept than when you're in there one-on-one with a man.
Exactly.
Right. So we'll see there. Good luck to both guys, obviously, but we'll see if Nico Gray can pull this off. So let's move on to the next matchup, which is a triple threat match featuring Cody Rhodes, the Gargantuan, and Flash Carter, who's been on a roll the past 6 months in 3WA.
Yeah, Flash just beat Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry, Cody Rhodes beat Flash last show.
He did.
But even though Flash Carter, he's a up and comer, mainstay here in 3WA, and does some fancy moves and all that.
Flash Carter
is in there with a man called the Gargantuan, who made a re-debut in 3WA. I guess he's been in 3WA in the past before my time, and now he's coming back, with an impressive victory. Cody Rhodes, like I said, he just beat Flash. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here, but I'm going to pick the Gargantuan in this match because he's wearing shades like how I'm wearing them right now.
It's hard not to.
And he also wearing a shade.
Flash
He's actually like a bit older than me. Flash is the GOAT. Well, he looks like a GOAT.
Yeah.
Aiden.
All right. If you're going to pick the Gargantuan, well, then I'm definitely going to pick Flash Carter on that because in a triple threat match, Flash Carter doesn't necessarily have to pin or make submit the Gargantuan. He could do that with Cody Rhodes. And even though Cody Rhodes has a victory over him last month, it's a little bit different with the Gargantuan here. You never know if Gargantuan could have Cody Rhodes in a compromising position, and then if Flash does a quick move, get Gargantuan out of the way, you could have Flash off the top ropes and do his thing and sneak a win out of this one. I think speed will kill in this matchup, and the fastest guy of those three is Flash Carter. So I'm gonna go with Flash Carter there. What do you think, Professor?
I mean, when you look at this match, again, it's another story about momentum. It's a story about somebody's got to make a statement. You've got Cody Rhodes is coming off the win over Flash Carter. He's also coming off of an unsuccessful bid for the heavyweight championship. Cody Rhodes is looking for some momentum right now. The Gargantuan just successfully re-debuted.
Right.
He's looking to get some momentum going. He's looking for a statement. Flash Carter, like you say, young up-and-comer, been up and down over the last 6 months in the 3WA. He wants to make a statement.
Yeah.
The dynamics of this match are interesting because when you look at how fast Flash Carter is, and nobody should deny his speed and his ability, but the Gargantuan has the size advantage. He also has the fact that the logical point of this match would be for Flash Carter and Cody Rhodes to make a team up, take the Gargantuan out, and then fight it out one-on-one. Can they do that, though? Their personalities are diametrically opposed. They're just coming off of fighting each other last month. I think the Gargantuan's in there with the win, but you know what? I don't think you can count anybody out in this match.
Dina has a thing for Cody. I remember at the last event, she was fully behind Cody versus Flash Carter, and the kids that were sitting around her were very irritated at that because the kids love Flash Carter.
They do.
Whatever. Dina, go to bed. It's Katie. I mean, Katie, man. Shut up.
All right. We got a ladies match, guys. We have Riley Crow, who successfully last month came back to 3WA and had a triple threat and won that triple threat. And then Francesca one-on-one. So this time she's got Francesca one-on-one. What do you make of this match, Mr. Cage?
Well, you know what I said during the Dino Santa podcast, where the ladies should be.
Oh my
No, I
God.
won't go there. I won't go there. It upsets you guys, you know.
It does. It's horrible.
And this one, I'm going to say Francesca the Spaghetti Queen because she gets more and more impressive every time she's out there.
Getting
Of
better
course,
and
she got
better.
Tony
I agree
T
with
to
that.
have her back. You know what I mean? Got Tony T to have her back. Raleigh Crow, I mean, she looked great out there in her victory last month. You know what I mean? But Francesca, shut up, Toots. I'm trying to give my opinions on these fine women performing.
Fran is so underrated because she's so sweet, but don't count her out. Absolutely
No,
not.
great
I
underdog.
agree.
Yeah, you could be all sweet you want to be, but you got to put some fire behind it. You can't just be all sweet, like, oh, she's so sweet and innocent. No.
And Fran and Tony, I have asked this before. You have an open invitation on this program. I want Tony Cini and Francesca on this program ASAP. And so let me know when that can happen. Hopefully I see you guys tonight. Brickhouse says Francesca for the win.
Yeah, I think we're all Francesca will probably beat Raleigh Crow, but hey, you never know. You never know how to
Riley was awful impressive in that triple threat match with Izzy McCoy, and so I'm going with Riley. Keith, how do you see this playing out?
You know, on the one hand, you can't discount the experience of Riley Crow. On the other hand, Francesca's been getting better and better. Can take a lot of punishment. You know, she's been wrestling with Izzy McCoy. No easy day at the park there. And she's been holding her own. I think Francesca, this could be her moment to pull off the upset, and make a statement in the women's division. I think Francesca just barely gets past Riley Crow on this.
And during our interview with Dino, Keith, he did mention he wants to add more females to the show, or to basically revamp the women's division in 3WA.
You know what? Like, I don't see why he needs to add more women. You got Roadblock, you got Brickhouse. There's 2 women right there. Let them duke it out. There you got more women on the show then. And as far as what Dina talking about, that I need to go back to the kitchen. Well, at least when I'm in the kitchen, I win awards. Okay.
Dina, Cage is too short to use a stove, hence why he stays away from the kitchen. Yeah.
No,
relax.
I'm not
that
gonna
guy's
leave.
not there to fan you.
Because Brickhouse is pissing me off.
Well, I get that.
He's just making it worse for himself for when I get to Quakertown. I might not even wait for the show to start. I might just see him in the parking lot.
Oh boy, here we go.
He cracking wise, but I'm trying to give my expert opinions about this damn show.
All right, we've already talked a lot about that match. We're gonna skip that.
Why let me see my picture.
You want to see your picture?
I see my picture.
So
look at the right-hand side right there. That's the victors. Enough said about that.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about that match at the end. I'm gonna, but we're gonna
look like a fool. Look like a damn fool.
So there's a 3-way dance to determine the number 1 contender for the 3WA tag titles currently owned by Dog Nation. That is Theo Ivory and Wyndham James Winthrop III versus General Keisel and Frankie Marinara versus Los Luchamigos. How do you guys feel about this? I really like. I mean, I'm gonna jump in here and really say that I have a feeling that Ivory and Winthrop together is going to be an interesting duo to beat. That's my opinion.
I was thinking Winthrop makes it.
God, I can't believe I'm doing this, but yes, I agree. Theo Ivory and Wyndham, I think will make a great team. You know, and they both got that British temper and attitude, and we'll see what the T-Tie champion and the former world champion can do in this. Cage take it out in the match.
Yeah, take it out on Brickhouse in the match. He's basically
about Brickhouse. I worry about Brickhouse.
Don't you have to be an expert to have an expert opinion?
I am an expert. That's why I'm giving these opinions. When you get a championship or you get
classic Johnny Potter in the house. Oh God, Brickhouse is actually watching for a change. LOL.
I'm telling you,
Ivory will carry that match.
Carry the groceries to the kitchen, Michelle.
Wow.
Carry that. But no, when
I'm rooting for Lucha Amigos. Theo and Winthrop are 2 of the dirtiest players in 3WA.
No, Brickhouse and Roadblock are the dirtiest players, cheaters. But I can't even say their damn names.
Los Luchamigos.
Los Dems, them peoples, Los Luchamigos. I've actually been in the ring with Felipe Jr. before.
Felipe Jr. is
out
right.
there. I mean,
hell of an athlete.
Very good athlete. I've seen Mr. Motivation doing his thing. He's a hell of an athlete too.
Mm-hmm.
General Keisel, a long time 3WA.
Yeah, he's a veteran of indie wrestling in general.
Oh yes, I actually thought he was retiring. I guess
he announced his retirement as in 2022 will be the last year that he's wrestling.
Okay,
so he's kind of moving around. So I mean, that's not to say that him and Marinara won't steal this thing, because I mean, why not have a belt on it? While he's at it, why not have a tag belt?
Let me tell you, Frankie Marinara was in a triple threat match on the last anniversary show.
Right,
he pinned Wolfman to eliminate him.
And he's tough. He's tough, and those two are tough.
And he's part of La Familia with Spaghetti Queen and Tony Cini as well. So maybe
Keith, look at this match. You have basically Ivory and Winthrop. You have grapplers. Then you have the brawlers. Then you have the flying guys. So I mean, you have contrasted styles in all three teams.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Keisel is pretty sneaky too. Yes, he is. Absolutely is. All right, so I mean, I like Cage and I are picking Ivory and Winthrop. Well, who'd you pick, Keith?
I mean, it's hard for me to discount. Looking down the roster, you got 6 great athletes here, no doubt. You got a real contrast in style.
Yep.
But I think when you get down to it, Wyndham James Winthrop III, let's not forget, is a former 3WA heavyweight champion. He is a veteran. Long time. He is a veteran. And he is not averse to dirty tricks. Neither is Theo Ivory. These guys never met a rule that they won't bend or outright break. And I think that gives them an advantage over their opponents. It's anybody's ball game, but I'm leaning towards Theo Ivory and Wyndham James Winthrop walking out of here the victors and the new number 1 contenders.
All right. Moving on. We got the 3WA Tag Team Champions, Dog Nation, defending against Suicide Myers and Tony Cini. This is actually the third time in 3 months that these teams have met. First couple times, the first time Dog Nation kind of stole a victory. The second time, there was some chicanery, and it wasn't really it was kind of a draw.
No, it was Dog Nation got themselves disqualified on purpose because they were afraid.
Right, so they got themselves disqualified. So now, here we go. Third time's a charm, basically, to kind of end this thing. I hope it ends this thing. I don't know, because every time I've seen these teams get together, it's been very entertaining. Very entertaining matches. The series of matches. How do you feel this is going down there, Mr. Cage?
Dog Nation. That's what I think. I think Dog Nation retains the titles. Suicide Myers, Tony Cini, back to the line. What? Third time a charm. Third time could be a charm, but it won't be. It won't be. I think
dogs are a bunch of cheaters.
Oh God! Give it a rest. The cheaters. You're cheaters. You cry. Y'all all cry too much. Cheaters. It ain't cheating if you don't get caught, toots. Cheaters. You're just cheaters.
Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. Keith, how do you see this match going?
Dog Nation, absolutely impeccably trained, impeccably just one of the classic tag teams. Their psychology, the way they work together as a unit is impressive. Big things in the future, the present, the future for Dog Nation, absolutely. Myers and Cini kind of came out of nowhere and have been nothing but impressive. And I think Dog Nation, especially after the last show, kind of showed they're a bit scared and they're a bit intimidated by these guys. It only takes, you only got to be better than your opponent for 3 seconds. I think that, tonight, third time, could be the charm. I think Tony Cini and Suicide Myers may end the reign of terror of Dog Nation.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's what Aiden says. All right, Aiden, we're going to see you tonight too as well there, buddy. All right, so let's moving on. we have the 3WA Extreme Champion who beat his student for that title, Merrick Miami, is now wrestling his teacher in Ken Andrews. So interesting development there. These guys are no stranger to each other. They've wrestled many times, as Evan Atlas admitted in his interview with us, Keith. So Evan Atlas is now the student versus his teacher, Ken Andrews. Can he do what Merrick Miami couldn't do to Evan Atlas to retain that title?
Man. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. You know, he beat Miami, his student. Now the student fights his teacher and all that. And Ken Andrews, and everyone knows, you know, Ken Andrews could beat anyone at any time. You know, again, another veteran of 3WA. And especially he had a hand in training Evan Atlas. So obviously he knows everything about Atlas. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, Atlas may be new to 3WA, but he's not new to wrestling. He's not new to indie wrestling. And these two have done battles in the past, you know, and so my take is, I think Ken Andrews is going to become the new 3WA Extreme Champion. That's what I said. I said it. Don't give me eyes like that, Big Albowski.
Well, but let's not leave out the last time we saw Ken, we saw a different side of him. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. And that's absolutely right, Brickass, because
much more vicious, Ken Andrews.
Much more vicious, yes. Much more telegraphed, much more like you know, Dina, what does this mean? Did she just type a letter and hit?
She's learning how to spell. I guess she's like practicing her ABCs. I guess that's what she's doing. She's practicing her ABCs all of a sudden on this live broadcast.
All right, so you called Ken Andrews is going to take the title. I think Evan, who just got this title, is not going anywhere. I think he retains.
Hey, not everyone that wins championships gets to defend it successfully.
I didn't say that. No, they're not like you, who's had that thing behind your head for, I don't know.
How long?
A year?
Let's say it.
No, 9 months.
18 months?
9 months. That's my baby-making title reign. 9 months.
9 months. Yeah.
Brickhouse is a virgin, so he wouldn't understand that reference.
Wow. All right.
So we have heard some about his baby making and, you know, not paying for it earlier in the show, but just saying.
That is not my child. See, that's a lie.
All right.
That's a lie. That's not my child.
Yeah. So that one's a hard one to call, Evan Atlas versus Ken Andrews. It's certainly one that I'm on record on the show as saying I wanted to see, so I was very happy to see this one announced. Sure. I mean, it's a coin flip. It's going to go the full 3 falls. I absolutely believe that.
Keith, I think you had a hand in booking this match, but that's just.
I have said nothing to Dino. I just put it out there in the universe. I would like to see it, and thankfully the universe made it happen.
I think Evan Atlas made it happen, but all right.
All right, well, he's a fighting champion then. Tough one to call, but I think Evan Atlas is going to just pull that one out.
So the professor and I agree on that one. So moving on to the High Impact Championship with the champion, Greg Mechanic Manuel against Philly Mike Swanson. Mr. Cage, your thoughts on this match?
Well, let me see here. So Philly Mike Swanson, as you know, I was supposed to do battle with him one time, and he ran.
You were.
That. Greg Manuel, I've been in the ring with him, which I won. But he's a different person now. I think if me and Greg were to fight again, it'll be a little bit tougher, just a little bit tougher for me to beat him. But I still get the job done. But ever since he got that championship, he has definitely elevated his game. Is what I'm trying to say. I mean, he still ain't fixed my damn car, but I mean, he still got the belt. So I'm going to give it to Greg. I've seen Mike Swanson do some stuff outside of 3WA, and he's always, you know, looking impressive and stuff. Him and I don't know if I forget which federation it is, but there's a match with him versus Flash Carter that's very good. If you haven't seen it, try to find it on one of their pages and check it out. It's a very good match. There's at least clips of it out there.
Right.
But this is going to be one of the most technical matches on the card, I think. You know, is that why Hack Guy drives you everywhere? What are you talking about? What does that supposed to mean?
I believe because you said Greg hasn't fixed your car yet.
Greg hasn't.
Well, yeah, that's why he's got to drive me. My car ain't fixed.
Yep.
I told you, it needs an alignment and stuff. He's sitting there with a wrench in his mouth. Put that wrench to work. Ah, you over here wrestling. You're supposed to be a mechanic.
All right, I have some inside information, Keith, on this match.
Oh,
Do
God.
you?
Don't oh God me, Mr. Cage, because I don't just spit out nonsense like you. I actually do research. And there's two things I'm going to say. Last week, there was a back-to-back SWO show, and Susquehanna Wrestling Organization had a Friday and a Saturday show where Greg the Mechanic wrestled both nights, including a match that went almost a half hour with the former High Impact champion. What the heck's his name?
Tommy Vex.
Tommy Vex. Sorry. Apologize to Tommy Vex. So him and Tommy Vex have a bit of a rivalry that's been going on since even before he took the title from him. But I watched the entire match on video, and man, those guys, I would love to watch those guys wrestle each other forever. It's one of those matches where you're watching it and you're like, you can get. If I was in the crowd, I would try to get a chant going saying "wrestle forever" or "fight forever" or whatever.
Now the wrestler was supposed to fight. They fight
Anyway,
forever.
he wrestled Friday and Saturday last weekend, and then him and the entire family, his father, his family, they all went to SmackDown at Hershey Park on Friday. They were in the crowd. So I'm worried that Greg is not going to be 100% for this match. And I'm worried that Philly Mike is going to take advantage of a less than 100% Greg the Mechanic Manuel. So if you're holding a gun to my head and say, who you got in this match? I think Philly Mike takes him, but only because of that reason. If 100% Greg the Mechanic was going to wrestle in this match, I'd say he's got it no problem. But
Big Albowski, I say a lot of things about you, and I call you a lot of different names.
you do.
But I never thought I'd be adding that you're a professional stalker to your resume. Knowing that do you know what he had to eat at SmackDown too? How do you
Nope. You follow these guys on social media.
Then him and his family got into the minivan and drove to SmackDown, and he still didn't repair a car. What is that? You were a stalker.
No, I follow him on Facebook.
Paparazzi.
His family posted on Facebook a picture of them with the WWE ring behind them.
Never thought I'd have to call you a stalker. I know the last thing I think I would have to say about you. You stalker.
Wow. All right.
Wow. I'm about to block you from Facebook.
Wow.
All of my all the people's business.
That's not my. No, I'm just
Then they
just
had a hot dog
saying.
at SmackDown.
I'm just saying, everybody. If Mechanic loses tonight, you heard it here first. Just saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Professor Keith, what do you think about your co-host over there stalking folks?
I'm not
damn.
I've tried to tell him before. It's going to get him in trouble one day, but
One day.
Good Lord.
Oh, man.
I'm also going to be right once in a while.
once in a while, but I don't think you're going to be right here. I think Greg is a high performance athlete. I think he kind of draws some inspiration from being underestimated. Because, look, I think for most of his title reign, potentially including when he beat Vex for the title, most people have said, well, Greg's not going to win that. Well, Greg's not going to be able to do that. He's not good enough, or he's, done this match over here, and he's not going to be physically 100%. And I think Greg draws inspiration from people doubting him. That's to take nothing away from Philly Mike Swanson. Philly Mike Swanson is a high-performance athlete that wrestles all over this great state of Pennsylvania. No doubt, he does. But I think Greg enjoys that challenge. He enjoys wrestling these guys with this reputation that might be a little greater than his. I'd never count the High Impact champion out, and I won't tonight. I think Greg's going to take it.
Yeah, Greg, I'll tell you what, and I don't give much praise, but I will say, he is a fighter, and he's not afraid to mix it up with anyone. Like I said, I've been in the ring with him before, got the victory, but he still would come at me. Like me and Hat, we do some things out there, and Greg would be there when, especially as part of the Outhouse Club. He'd be the first one right there trying to defend whoever against me. He likes to fight. He likes to challenge.
Speaking of the Outhouse Club, he put a derogatory comment like based towards me, based on what you said, Mr. Cage, and rather than have you guys both like agree on me, I'm not even going to put the comment up.
What did he say? Stalker. What did you look? Oh wait, you get called out for stalking.
It says, Al, you sound like a guy hiding in the bushes at the airport waiting for an autograph. Yeah.
I can't believe something that Outhouse said made me chuckle.
Look, in fairness to Al, he doesn't hide in the bushes.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
You need help.
So the main event is Top Shelf Tyler Sims with the original Hack Guy, I'm assuming.
You're damn right. Why is he in the picture?
I don't know why he's not in the picture. I don't know. I didn't know if Top Shelf was actually officially a member of the original family or not.
Okay, let me clear the air right now before we get into this stellar match.
Sure.
Let me clear the air. Top Shelf Tyler Sims is officially part of the original family. Okay. He accepted the t-shirt. He accepted the offer. He accepted all the accolades that come along with it. And that is why we are both leaving with championships. The original family will be the holder of 2 championships. The 3WA Hardcore Championship ain't leaving my side, baby. And Top Shelf Tyler Sims is taking that 3WA Heavyweight Championship from Tony Batista.
Good luck with that.
Ain't about luck. It's about stating facts.
Professor, how do you feel about the main event?
I mean, this is going to be very evenly matched. I got to give Tyler Sims a ton of credit. At the last show, he really surprised me by how he was right there step to step with Batista. He had a much better match with Batista than I thought he was going to. And frankly, I got to the point where I thought, he might have Tony's number. And Tyler Sims, again, in fairness, he didn't lose that match. The referee made a bad call on that pinfall, and Tony Batista got out of it. So I'm very glad that Dino Santa did the right thing and immediately said, look, a mistake was made. We've got to have this match over again. We've got to let these guys mix it up again. I think this is probably Tony's greatest threat to his title reign so far. But Tony Batista's on a hot streak. He's been on a hot streak since the anniversary show last August. Everywhere else he goes, he picks up gold. He wins titles.
Yep.
He's a man that gets things done. Nobody that I know of trains harder than Tony Batista does. Nobody works harder than Tony Batista does. But Tyler Sims, as JT pointed out, he's got Hat Guy out there. He's got the backing of the original family with him. That's an X factor that you've got to deal with and you've got to think about when you're trying to call this match. Wow. It's pretty even, but I'm firmly in the camp of Tony Batista. I think Tony Batista is going to walk out as the champion tonight.
Cage, your response.
First of all, first we got a stalker in the top corner over there. Then you, Professor Keith, writing a whole biography on Tony Batista, singing his praises. Tony Batista is this. He does 2 push-ups. He does all this, and I enjoy his accolades. And da 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 da. Well, what are you now? You writing a documentary. I'm a friend of the enemy. About no Top Shelf Tyler Sims. I see what Brickhouse put talking about. He too big, can't see Hat behind him. Shut up! I'm telling you one thing, because Hat is in talks with Tyler Sims right now and preparing him for the biggest moment of his career of becoming the 3WA Heavyweight Champion. And we will celebrate and we will toast our titles high. And that'll be the last thing you see tonight.
All right.
This is the main event, which I think it is.
I believe it will be.
So Triple WA or 3WA is now tonight at the Q Mart, which is 201 Station Road, Quakertown, Gate 1. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Bell time is 6:30 thereabouts. General admission's $15. Front row, if there's any left, is $20.
Sold out now.
They might
probably. So we can now talk about your match, Mr. Cage, at a little bit more length, and that is, as it stands right now, it is a simple tag match where it is JT Cage and Malcolm King versus Roadblock and Slayer. So talk about it like that at first before we talk about possible stipulations.
All right, well, so Dino made this match because he feels Slayer should get some retribution against being kicked out of the original family. Now,
Yeah, you should.
Cage's head gets any bigger, he won't fit in Hat Guy's car. Brickhouse, go to, like, seriously, how juvenile of you? How juvenile? I'm here stating facts. You over there preaching fiction. Yes, front row is sold out. Shut up. You want to know why it's sold out? Because of me.
Nothing has been cleared by management as
Damn
far
right,
as the
that's been
state.
cleared
Right.
by management. So let me explain.
We alluded to that.
In case if I or Hat Guy have not made it abundantly clear why Slayer is no longer with the family, Dino made us do it. I said it last time. I said it the last pre-show. Don't make me do this. It was never about not doing the match. It was about doing the deed, which we did do. That Dino forced us. Slayer became problematic to the family. He was putting a target on us. Dino put us in crazy matches against Slayer and everything like that. He became a problem and he had to be eradicated from the original family. So now he wants revenge. And so here we are, this tag match versus the original family versus, I don't know if it's a new version of the Outhouse Club, whatever Brickhouse would have called it. I'm laying in bed, got you beat. Because you're lazy. You're lazy. You should be preparing your peoples to fight my peoples. Hat Guy's over there making moves. You in
How do you prepare Slayer? Right? He's a madman. How do you prepare Slayer? That's what I want to know.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But I'm saying he laying in bed. What's he doing for his team?
I think he just turned Slayer loose.
Yeah,
Especially
that's basically
he's a lunatic.
He is.
You know, but what is he doing for his people? He laying in bed. That shows the laziness of Brickhouse and why the original Hat Guy is far more superior than he will ever be.
Don't worry, they're ready.
Go back to bed. So
anyway, go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
So anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted from bedside over there, you know, we're more prepared. That proves it right there. He kind of proves my point, what I was going to lead to. We're more prepared. Obviously, we know everything about Slayer inside and out better than Brickhouse or Roadblock ever know. In fact, they don't even know what they got on their hands. The man's a psycho. Can he coexist with Roadblock? These are the questions that Brickhouse needs to be prepared for instead of laying in bed. When we're just a few hours away, he's not even taking it seriously, y'all. He just admitted he's laying in bed. Slayer is a bad man. We've said it how many times in the videos. He's an animal. The only person that had some sense of control over him to protect everyone around him and to protect him was the original Hat Guy. Do you think lazy old Brickhouse laying in bed is going to be able to mentally prepare his team? Do you think he's going to be able to handle Slayer? I don't think so. We know everything in and out about Slayer. And Roadblock, don't get me started. That's how I got what's behind me, not the chili ball. I used the wrong hand. That one. That's how I got the 3WA Extreme Championship. I mean, Hardcore Championship. You know, and then defended it successfully against them with no help whatsoever. I beat him in a violent dog collar match.
Yes.
I have Roadblock's number all day, every day. I am the king of 3WA Hardcore. I am the king of the Outhouse Club, or whatever he's calling it now.
Brickhouse Club all the way.
Let's talk about that. Like, what I'm saying is be nice. Shut up. I'm not a nice person when people piss me off.
A psycho? Have you not been reading about Allentown lately? He fits right in.
Still not taking it serious.
Yeah, but see, he lives in Phoenixville now. He doesn't live in Allentown.
Beautiful, sunny Phoenixville, Pennsylvania.
Right.
Of the United States of these Americas.
Got it. Got it. All right.
So what's your take on that? What I'm saying, my team is definitely more prepared than his, and he just proved it stupidly on this podcast. Please talk about that.
Keith?
You know, going back to what you just said Slayer's a psycho. Slayer's an animal. And the only person that could possibly control Slayer and protect everyone else is Hat Guy. Hat Guy is not in control of Slayer anymore. Hat Guy is not associated with Slayer anymore. That doesn't worry you at all, knowing what you know about Slayer, that now you have an unfettered Slayer who, and again, let's go with your logic, and let's say you're right, and Brickhouse has done nothing to prepare his team, nothing to talk to Slayer, nothing to calm Slayer down, nothing to mitigate Slayer's natural inclinations to violence.
Oh, he
And
lives now.
he doesn't like you. He doesn't like Hat Guy. He doesn't like Malcolm King right now. Doesn't that concern you that all of that violence, all of that psychopathy is now bent on one thing: revenge against you and the original family?
You know, trust me, there's a part of me that knows this is going to be a battle. There's a part of me that knows this is going to be hell. I've been through a lot of hell having that title. I've been through a lot of different things and survived it all.
You have a target on your back.
So I know.
Absolutely.
And some stuff may be warranted, some may not be. You know, and I understand what it's like to be fueled by revenge. You know, and it's a different animal. So yes, I understand Slayer is going to be at his best. I understand Slayer is going to want to kill me. I'll say it. He probably wants to kill me and Malcolm King.
Yeah, and Roadblock doesn't like you either. So what if Roadblock's been in Slayer's ear, hyping him up?
Yes, of course. And I imagine that Roadblock is going to motivate him too. And Roadblock's motivated. He wants another shot at that. He wants another shot at the 3WA Hardcore Championship. And him winning this match will probably put him in line for that title shot.
He said,
You know
whoa. Are you sure I haven't been? Or am I the one who doesn't talk about his moves? G-code?
Exactly. He could be on the phone right now for all we know. He could be laying in bed watching this show on the phone with Roadblock, on the phone with Slayer, telling them everything you've said, going over strategy. And
Slayer
he's
doesn't have a phone. Walking purge.
Nico Gray in the house. Hey, boys,
Yeah.
be fucking ready when I'm walking purge that come into Quakertown tonight because I'm pissed.
I like it, Nico.
We saw the video.
Yeah, and look,
I wouldn't want to be Merrick Miami tonight. That's all I got to say.
And he better be pissed, and he better be ready, because, look, Merrick Miami is a tough challenge. We say it every show. Miami is a premier athlete. Miami's problem is his hubris and his thinking that there is no one out there that can beat him. Evan Atlas took advantage of that, and Nico Gray could do the absolute same thing. If he's looking past Nico Gray and he doesn't think that he's got a strong, motivated challenge tonight, I'm sorry, but Merrick Miami's going to be looking up at the lights.
Nico Gray is a man that has nothing to lose and everything to gain. And as you can tell from that comment he just put, he's fired up. I'm fired up. He's fired up. It's
That's
going to
awesome.
be some stuff going down here tonight.
Anybody within the sound of our voices want to come down and hang out with us at Quakertown, come on down, because you're going to see that fight. You're going to see Cage's fight. You're going to see a lot of fights, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. It always is a good time. Dino Sano usually puts on a very good show, and you will enjoy yourselves. I guarantee it. And come on down to Quakertown if you're in the area. You're in Allentown area. You're in my area. You're within an hour of great wrestling tonight down in Quakertown around 6 o'clock at the Q Mart. Come on down and hang out with us. I have a special announcement, Keith, that I have not divulged. And I was talking to Mr. Cage earlier today, and he mentioned it as a suggestion, but newsflash, I already have that booked. Tonight, down in Quakertown, we will record a special interview with the one and only Carolina Jim, the voice of 3WA. Around the Turnbuckle presents Carolina Jim. Tonight we are recording that. We are recording that interview tonight at Quakertown, and we will release that interview tomorrow. It will not be live like we are right now. It'll be recorded just like we did Dog Nation, and we will release that tomorrow. So Carolina Jim, I'm sure, has lots of stories because he doesn't only announce in 3WA, he announces all over the tri-state area. I've seen him in other places too announce, and all the wrestlers. And then when there's a convention or if there's a autograph signing, he's right there. He's been a huge fan of wrestling for a long time, and probably as long as I have, because he's around my age, so it makes sense. That he, a lot of his Facebook posts are about wrestlers from the 80s. So I can't wait to sit down and talk to Jim about not only his love for professional wrestling, but also what it takes to be a ring announcer. That's a forgotten thing in the business, man. Ring announcers have to battle right there, Keith, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think we take for granted, the art and the skill that there is in ring announcing. And there is an art and a skill to ring announcing, just like there's an art and a skill to everything else in the wrestling business. And if somebody's great at it, you almost don't notice them. If somebody's bad at it, oh my God, that stands out like a sore thumb on the show.
There's an art to cooking chili too. So I'd like to find out if JT Cage earned that fucking cup behind him.
Oh, I earned it, baby. I beat 17 other people for it. Don't get me started.
Are you suggesting that there was some kind of chicanery involved? Perhaps.
Well, Hack Guy might have paid somebody off for the judges. Who were the judges? That's what I want to know. Who are the judges?
I'm fairly confident
people at the firehouse got the judges.
Paying somebody off.
Are we talking 3 alarm, 5 alarm? Like how hot is it? Is it hot?
My chili? No, it's just the right amount of spice to make it nice.
Gotcha.
Come on, if I cook something, you know it's going to be perfect. Come on.
I don't know that. That's why I want to
The
find out.
original family, I'm telling you, we can do it all, baby. We can wrestle. We can win hardcore championships. We can win world championships. And at the same time, make a damn good chili.
And it's possible tonight, Keith, that the original family walks out with both.
You think Breakhouse could do any of that laying from bed? I don't think so. We stay
the hardcore championship and the 3WA heavyweight
I might bring the chili bowl with me.
It's possible. I think it's also
$20 a picture with my trophy.
Not be walking out tonight.
$20.
$20 a picture with your trophy. It looks like a miniature Stanley Cup.
Chili bowl champion, hardcore champion.
You see that thing?
$40 to let you hold the championship.
It looks like a Stanley Cup fitting JT Cage.
No, it's not. See this? Get a close.
Look at that. There it is.
Number
champion.
10, the 10th Friendship Social Club Chili Bowl champion. Me.
He got the recipe at Wendy's. Well,
shut up, your guy. Shut up. I did not get it from Wendy's. Wendy's dream about making a beautiful chili like I can.
That is the drop of the show right there, Dina. Thank you very much.
Go
to the recipe from Wendy's.
She can't even cook. She don't even use seasoning. Go to bed.
That was awesome.
She tried to cook for me one time. I threw the whole plate away. The whole plate. It wasn't even worthy of me even like washing the dish. Just threw the whole damn thing off the balcony.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know what that chili, how that chili is made.
Oh. See, y'all too worried about my chili and stuff like that. The fact of the matter is, I got a madman to deal with.
Yeah. You do.
I got a roadblock to overcome. Mm-hmm. I'm focused. What is he doing? I'm cracking jokes from bedside.
He is.
From the bedside. And you know what's even sadder? Albowski knows this because he probably got him on the camera somewhere stalking him.
No.
So that's what's even more disturbing. Big Albowski knowing that he's on the phone with Slayer and all this. How do you know all that? I'm about to check my walls, make sure I ain't got hidden cameras around here. Stalker, the stalker. And I ain't talking about Barry Windham from WWF when he was the stalker. I'm talking about the stalker, Big Albowski.
There's a fine line between broadcast journalist and stalker, all right? There's a fine line between paparazzi.
Going great, the mechanic guy in his family van to go to SmackDown and then stop that Denny's on the way and all that. I'd say you wrong. You wrong.
I was just saying it's a possibility. If he loses, that's the reason why.
Stalk him and then make excuses if he loses. He loses.
He shouldn't be messing around the night before a big title defense and going to SmackDown. WWE sucks anymore anyway.
What if he was up there to draw inspiration?
Yes.
To remind himself.
Inspiration for what?
To remind himself of what his goal is. What he's
You of all people should not be defending WWE.
I'm not
I got SmackDown on right now on you. In the background. Roadblock is going to kick your butt. Shut up, Toots. Can you tell your son to get out of bed and do something with his life? Wake him up. Or did you tuck him in the bed?
You can study and learn Brick House from watching old WWE. You don't have to go to a live show the night before a title defense.
But there's nothing like seeing guys live. I don't know why you're so down on Greg. Greg is usually.
I'm not down on him. You know I'm a fan. I have his T-shirt.
That's not his T-shirt. That's an Around the Turnbuckle.
No, I know that, but I own his T-shirt. What I'm saying is, I'm a fan of his, and I'm concerned that he's not taking this title defense seriously. That's all I'm saying.
That's a shame.
I can't imagine he's not taking
Greg,
it seriously,
Greg,
knowing
if you watching this, seek help because he is stalking you. Gene, wake your lazy ass son up and tell him to get ready to put up or shut up. You could do that. You can learn a thing or two by watching the original.
Yes, the answer to that question, Brickhouse, is yes. I get more electricity watching old school WWF than I do watching live WWE events right now. I get more goosebumps watching 3WA tonight in Quakertown than I would in Hershey Arena last night for SmackDown with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for the 6,000th time.
I didn't even finish watching. Yeah, now you're going to spoil stuff for me. He's already up.
Well,
good. I'm glad you woke him up. Now tell your son to go take his shower, get dressed, wear his finest, whatever Brick House Club, free this, that, third, millionth shirt that he has, because when I see your son, I'm going to punch him in the mouth. You let him know that. You hear me, Gene? You tell your son I'm going to punch him in the mouth, and you better have icy hot. You better have an ice pack. You better have some materials that he's going to need to. You know what I'm talking about, Gene? You tell your son that I'm coming for him. You tell your son he needs to.
Listen. Hat Guy's not there to fan you down. Will you please calm down? Hat Guy's not there to take his hat off and do one of these to JT Cage.
Blood pressure because y'all pissing me off.
Yeah, that's what I'm
doing. Blood pressure machine on. You see
this?
See what you guys do to me? I have a blood pressure machine.
Breathe, Cage. Breathe.
Because y'all raise it.
You better get a step stool. Question is, am I coming empty-handed? Oh, now he's got this. Well, hell.
Well, I mean, we know that Brickhouse has once upon a time been a little bit behind the scenes. I mean, I think I still detect a dent on JT's head from the last time Brickhouse got his hands on that 3WA hardcore title. Right in the face.
What's that? Huh?
Brickhouse saying he's coming empty-handed. I think I still detect the mark from the last time he had his hands on that 3WA hardcore title a few months ago, and right in the head.
Who got hit in the head?
You did. He hit you with the hardcore title months ago when you were.
Hit him so hard he forgot about it.
Yeah, apparently.
All that. You know what? But like I'm. Then his mama got joined in. He got the mom. Mama, can you go on the podcast to say some things, please?
See, Keith, you're firmly have planted yourself in the corner of the Brickhouse clan because they're all thanking you for every comment you made. You made good comments about Brickhouse. You made good comments about Mrs. Brickhouse, Mama Brickhouse, and now they're all like, "Thanks, Keith. Thanks, Keith." They love you now, Keith. You're in.
I'm just telling you facts. JT doesn't know what Brickhouse is doing or not doing in terms of strategy for his team. I mean, right now, where's Hat Guy for the strategy session with you and Malcolm? He's too busy with his newest meal ticket trying to win the big title now.
No. You see, before this interview went down, Hat Guy and I went out to breakfast and discussed our strategy. Mm-hmm. We know what we're doing. So then after that, I go, hey, do you want to be on Around the Turnbuckle pre-show with me? He's like, actually, I need to talk to my other men. And I'm like, you know what? That's what's up. You all intervene after this. We'll congregate after this interview. After you get done talking to Malcolm King, after you get talking to the future 3WA World Heavyweight Champion Tyler Sims. And here's Brickhouse and his mama.
All right.
Trust me, we're a well-oiled machine. Bigger, better, badder than ever before. And the crumbs of what used to be the Brickhouse Club, now with Slayer, can't compete. Can't compare. They're unprepared. Brickhouse doesn't even know what he has on his hands with that idiot Slayer by his side. Then he's got Roadblock.
It's going to be, Keith, it's going to be some night, and we're going to be there live. First and foremost, we're going to talk to Carolina Jim. We can't wait for that conversation, and we can't wait for tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, Keith, where we have a young new talent in the indie scene, and his name is Alexander, and he'll be here tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. But tonight, come on down to Quakertown. and see a lot of great action. We went through the entire card for you. We hope to see you down there. We hope to say hi to everybody. And Keith, you got any parting gifts? Because I know JT Cage is now starting to basically unwind himself right now, as he often does. Keith, you got any last words there, buddy?
Yeah, it's going to be a great show tonight. It's not even spring yet, but the action down in Quakertown is hotter than a summer afternoon. You do not want to miss this. If you are within drive, I take it $15. $15 for good live wrestling. Can't beat it.
My son, please read that to me, because
my son is my bodyguard, so you can talk all the crap about me you want. And Dina says that's a lie. I don't know what the lie was about.
No, your son is not your bodyguard. Your son is a leech. Cut the umbilical cord already. Your son's a leech off of you, and when are you going to smarten up to that? But hey, when you do smarten up to that, just know the original family might just have your back, Toots.
All right, with that, we are done. That's the hour. Thanks, guys. Brickhouse, thanks, guys, for the show. Keith, big ups to you. Respect. Cage, see your little family tonight.
Oh, you'll see all of me. You're going to see every bit of me.
Thanks.
And not fist.
My thanks to Mr. Cage. My thanks for Mr. Cage for his insight, as narrow as it might have been.
Professional insight.
Brickhouse for his comments. Dina and everybody that commented. Nico Gray popped in. That was great. So everybody tonight, I hope you guys all enjoy yourselves tonight. 3WA, Quakertown. It's happening tonight. And that being said, we'll see you next time on Around the Turnbuckle.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this contest set for one fall is for the WWE Championship.